welcome back to another episode of Will of the New Cards. New Cards PogChamp, New Cards PogChamp. We've got a couple of them today. We're going to begin with this one. Database correction for Theorealize past lull. Theorealize past lull was previously printed as if you control an Archmage, Doomsday, or Elf Note monster, you can special summon one Medius Appear from your hand or deck. It was supposed to be if you control an Archmage, Doomsday, or Elf Note card. This is good because as long as it said monster, this card was unplayable. Now that it says card, the card is also unplayable. No, it's fine. It's a fine card, whatever. They are not going to reprint this, by the way, because it just came out. It's just a database update, which is going to make it irritating to play with. I don't know who is in charge of translations, but they are really batting zero right now. It is pretty embarrassing how many times this has happened in recent sets. Like, it's crazy that back in the day, the Ocean Dragon Lord Neo Daedalus was such a problem that they did a mail-in campaign. Now we're in the middle of a mail-in campaign for an overframe while they're fucking up another one after the set where they fucked up the Exosister. Like, come on, man. All right, let's go next. So we have to talk about this, the world's greatest Gallant thief. Okay, so Goemon has made his way into Beyond the Brave, and I gotta tell you, this is a scary-ass card. Level 10 Wind Warrior effect monster, 25 2k. If you control no monsters, you contribute summon this card face up by tributing monsters from your hand or your opponent's field. First and second effect of this card's name once per turn. When your opponent activates a card effect in the hand, graveyard, or banishment, and this card was normal summoned, you can negate the effect, and if you do destroy the card during the battle phase, you can reveal your entire hand, change all opponent's monsters to defense position. So, this is a really, really strong card. It is hard to rankle with the fact that they're printing strong generic cards at overframe rarity now because that might drive up the price, but there's a lot going on here. First and foremost, my understanding is that this tribute summon does take your normal, so it's comparable to Lava Golem in that way, but it totally replaces Lava Golem insofar as it tributes 2 of your monsters, and it is a negation for a hand, graveyard, or banishment effect. This means you contribute summon stuff that would have floated and then negate the float effect. It's good. It's like really fine. This is a type of effect that I'm totally okay with, by the way. It reminds me of super polymerization, but in a way that feels less fucking annoying than super polymerization. And the fact that it's a guy with a decent attack stat means you can use the battle phase to chase out another negate. I really think people aren't conceptualizing how important this second part of the effect is, this battle phase change, which is like, by revealing your entire hand, you are giving your opponent, who has ideally set up a board, an understanding of what they need to negate, right? So they're going to be like, all right, I understand how the rest of your turn is going to play out. In response, you get to wield this guy's decent attack stat as a removal for a third card on the board. So this is probably a card that trades for 3 interactions, but if some interactions live in the graveyard, it might be 4. The very last thing I want to point out about this card is if you are playing a long combo that can conceivably search this guy mid-combo, you can technically use his effect to tribute summon him using the cards in your hand so you don't lose advantage on board, and then box out hand traps. That part of the card is a little toxic, and I'm a little concerned as to its utility. I think that the fact that it needs the normal, and the fact that probably you'll have to search it, you don't want to go -3 starting with this, feels like it is unlikely to see a lot of play with that in mind, but if it is, it'll be toxic as all hell. Dyer has the correct opinion here, which is this is a generational card for Clown Crew. It's an unbelievable addition to the Clown Crew, but it will be played in everything. It will be played in sideboards. Mitsurugi specifically can absolutely use this in main deck. I'd tribute my fucking Garnet that I drew for the millionth time. I'll wear the Fedganator shirt and be happy about it. All right, moving on. We have Reach for Higher Heights with Spell Power Attainment. They are printing these still. You can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. Add a card that mentions spell counters from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except Spell Power Attainment. Then if you control level 7 or higher Endymion monster card, you can remove any number of spell counters from your field. And if you do, negate the effects of that many face-up cards your opponent controls, and if you do that, destroy them. This card's really good. This card is quite strong. Obviously, the utility of this card is pretty pronounced in exactly Endymion, you know? But Endymion isn't a deck. It's a strategy that was playable upwards of 8 years ago now. But it's exactly what a deck playing those cards would need to be playable. There are so many good cards that use spell counters. Obviously, I'm thinking of spell power mastery as a way to continue to add spell counters to your board. But obviously, it searches everything in the archetype because they can have spell counters on them. It means any limits that may have existed are now almost totally nullified, and it's not difficult to get a level 7 Endymion on your side of the field before activating this. But it means that like you can search this as part of a combo, then set it. Then it's a negation that's also a rota if you don't need the negation mode. It's really, really sexy, man. I really like this card a lot. The reason I think they're printing this is because if you're following the Chronicles anime, they're going in on the Endymion storyline. So I don't think it's too outside the realm of possibility that we just straight up get a lot of new Magistus, Invoked, Witchcrafter, and Endymion cards. We've already gotten new Invoked and Witchcrafter cards. We're going to talk about a couple more in a second. So I don't think it's too outside the realm of possibility that we get a ton of new Endymion cards shortly. I think so far we've just gotten the link. Is the link 2? Is that an Endymion? It is noticeably absent among its peers. So this may forecast a new wave of interesting stuff for the deck. All right, next up. Garbage Golem. Okay, so it's Garbage Golem. What do you want me to say? This is Garbage Golem. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If you control a monster with 0 attack or defense, pretty simple. You can special summon this card from your hand. You can reveal 3 Xyz monsters in your extra deck with different ranks, then target another card on the field, destroy this card. You can banish this card from your graveyard to detach a material from your monsters, then special summon a monster with 0 attack or defense from your hand or graveyard. Interesting card. Interesting card. I mean, I like this card. The Garbage Lord, Garbage archetype is something that I think we'll see fleshed out in the coming years just because they are cool cards that enable a novel kind of Xyz, and this is a card that does a lot of stuff for that deck. The problem, of course, is that deck doesn't yet exist. Someday in the future, this card will have a home. For now, I struggle to think what exactly it's good for. Next up. We finally got Zorc. So Zorc is the final boss of Yu-Gi-Oh! DM. He's the ancient evil that the Pharaoh conquered and then has to conquer again by defeating Thief King Bakura at the end of playing Dungeons and Dragons. And one of the things that's kind of frustrating about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is we just don't have a card for it, right? The closest we have is the Zorc that exists within the D&D world, which is the ritual monster that rolls a dice. And that card sucks balls. It's been playable like really early in Yu-Gi-Oh's lifespan as an off-meta rogue strategy, but I think we all were seeing the Zorc forecasted in this card, and super excited that we were going to have a powerful Zorc in our midst. So let's see what it is. Wrong. It's D&D Zorc a second time. That's right. If you thought we were getting the Zorc with the evil penis on it, you were absolutely mistaken. This is just D&D Zorc a second time. Well, it is a modern card, so obviously it will be better than the ritual developed in 2002. So let's read it now. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name once per turn. Discard 2 cards, including this card. Add a level 8 Fiend monster from your deck to your hand. When your Fiend monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. During your main phase, you can roll a 6-sided die and apply this effect based on the result. 1, 2, 3, 4, take control of or destroy a monster your opponent controls. 5 or 6, destroy a card you control. That's right, it is worse. It is almost exactly the same card. Who is... Oh, man. I mean, the Rota is decent. Is it? So, the Rota here is going to replace Dark Spirits Mastery in decks that were playing that, which I guess is like Genesis, Regenesis. Oh, man. I'll tell you this card would have gone fucking crazy in the 3 days that Grinder Golem was legal during Lynx. You would be fucking grinding your Golem on this shit. But it's just like so irritating looking at this. You're telling me this card has a float effect if a Fiend monster is destroyed by battle? You're telling me you're still uncomfortable putting 6 good effects on the card? It has to 5 or 6 pop a card you control? Cube card for sure, but holy shit, very little outside that. Jesus Christ. Honestly, at least you can pre-prep for the ritual. It's also just worse than Dark Spirits Mastery. And people weren't playing Dark Spirits Mastery. Oh my god. This goes crazy in Time Travel 2019. You know, it actually does. It doesn't go crazy in TOS because in America we had the good sense to not deal with that horse shit. But in Time Travel 2019, you better believe. Okay, next up. Surpass the abyss with new Invoked support. So I'm actually a big fan of the new Invoked stuff. I talked about it a little on Doug's channel, but I think it gives some really cool lines to Fairy Tale in Genesis and in the TCG. I think it's a fun direction for a deck that, despite being extremely good, was also extremely boring. But it does need just a little bit more work. And so I'm excited to see there is new support coming for it. Again, I think this forecasts more Chronicles type shit because in the anime, it seems pretty clear that like Vare and Mr. Endymion are like good people, whereas Alistair is someone they had to have like a tenuous relationship with to defeat Zorua. And so I do like the concept that he's still around being evil and ambitious. Let's see what we've got here. First and foremost, Invoked D Anima and Invocation Chalice or Grail. I hope we get Grail. So the new fusion is a level 8 Dark Fiend fusion effect monster, an Alistair, and a monster special summoned from the extra deck. Okay. If this card is fusion summoned, you can activate one of these effects, destroy all opponent's monsters special from the extra deck, or destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls. When your opponent activates a card or effect in the graveyard, banish this card, special an Alistair, and if you do, negate the effect. That's good. That's a good effect. I mean, it's a weird kind of novel form of negation. It's a mechanism by which you can blow up your opponent's spell traps, and by being an invoked that you can summon on your opponent's turn and just absolutely booty blast them. It is a really good Gamma Summon target. Does this work with Gamma Summon? I think it does, right? I like it. The spell is you can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. If you have an Alistair monster in your field, graveyard, or banishment, activate one of these effects. Fusion summon an invoked monster by banishing a monster from your hand or field and one from your deck. Fusion summon an invoked monster by banishing a monster you control and a face-up monster your opponent controls. Sorry. Am I wrong? Is this card not fucking unbelievable? Like, I'm just thinking a couple of things it can do. You go, like, a new Alistair effect, grab this, banish Dormouse, banish McCourier. You got to hard open it? No, it's in it. Oh, my God. Okay, we've happened upon the problem here. So the Alistair cards search Invocation, the card Invocation, or a card that mentions Invocation. But this card doesn't mention Invocation, except in its title. Okay, I mean that's a pretty big strike against it, I'll be honest. It still reads crazy. It still reads exceptionally strong, but now that you have to open it and a way to Alistair, I'm a little less excited about it. Does title not count? No, title doesn't count, unfortunately. Banish McCourier, make Oceanos, search with Merc. Right. Banish Dormouse. Banish a Thunder Dragon. What if you banished Thunder Dragon Dark? How fun would that be? You know? It would be absurd if it is searchable. It's still very strong. Yeah. Does it mention Invocation in the once per turn clause? No, it doesn't work like that. I don't think that counts. Does that count? Surely that doesn't count. No, it can't mention the word Invocation. It needs to mention the card Invocation. There we go. It's kind of like Eye of Timaeus of all things. Ugh. Anyway, I mean, these are really good cards. I'm super excited about these. The new Invoke stuff is not bad. It's just a little low powered for the TCG. Thus ends new cards PogChamp. Mentions invocation in the flavor text. Yeah. Check out the OCG Times preview. I guess I could. I didn't think they had anything. Oh, we didn't do New Dad. Holy shit, we haven't done New Dad. Oh my god. New Dad PogChamp, New Dad PogChamp. Can it be normal summoned or set? Must be special summoned by having exactly 3 dark monsters in your graveyard, just like Old Dad. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand, special summon a level 6 or lower dark monster from your hand. Also, you're locked into darks. During the main phase, you can banish up to 3 dark monsters from your graveyard, target an equal number of cards on the field, destroy them. Better than Old Dad. But it's not a good card. Yeah. You know, it's just an effect that we don't really need. There are some decks that can search this. It can't be normal summoned or set, so you can get it off of the new Jack Atlas monster, Crimson King. But I don't care. That deck already wins if you are uninterrupted. Goes crazy with Element Saber. Does it? I don't think so. Crimson King needs a level 8? God, I hope that's not true. Hold up. This goes crazy in Edison. It does. Crimson King. No, I'm thinking of Crimson Blade Man. Crimson Blade Dragon. Level 8 or higher. This card can't even be summoned by that. Okay. Look at the official card game times. Why? Next time, Joe Nietzsche fucking dies. How to play Dark Time Wizard. Yeah, okay. Wait, what? Huh? Why is he here? We're getting Umbral Horror support? Who asked? I asked. I didn't know Umbral Horror had shooters. I apologize. I don't know. I just thought people didn't want to see Umbral Horror.